Hello, this is Tommy Lovett, back with more Ace Attorney Trilogy. And we're moving on to the trial of last episode's case. I'm stumbling the words a little bit, but we're now in the court case. Now let's get started. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well, I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well, I will call almost familiar face. Detective Gumshoe to the stand. Alright, there's Gumshoe. Let's see what he has to say. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I will explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studios. This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there is a gate here. Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got into the guard station. Now, jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. Production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. Time of death was 2:30 p.m. The steel samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case, in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to that whole thing again? Yeah, I think we're good now, let's skip it. I think I can probably remember that. So the murder weapon was a spear? How medieval. Yeah! I just had to do that CSI Miami reference. I didn't even watch CSI Miami or anything. I just watched kiddie stuff like Kamen Rider. I just had to do it. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if we ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand. What, we're not going to cross-examine Gumshoe? Alright. Will the witness declare her name? Oh yeah, you a handsome fellow. I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Your name, please. Oh dear, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please. It seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witness to say their names. Lindy Oldbag, dearie. Someone just called me. Oh god, no, not again. Please have mercy. Ah! Objection! I object to this witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. Perhaps we can get to the testimony? Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, see, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag. What kind of sick, twisted joke is it that they actually named the character Old Bag? On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest have been doing rockers since that morning. I will have some errands to run that morning. Anyways, it was 1 p.m. when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5 o'clock. Now the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers. It was that man right there, and he was heading towards the studio. Alright, my throat's getting a bit dry. I'm gonna drink some more water. Ugh. You saw the defendant then? Very well, let's begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Witness's account? Alright. Poor old Hammer and the rest are doing work since the morning. I will have some errands to run that morning. Let's press her on that. What kind of errands? Oh, well, you know. Answer the question. Actually, I was watching for Hammer and Powers. Observing, you know. Observing? What are you supposed to be at the guard station? Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate that night I did my job. I'm not sure your boss would see it that way. Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always. Never missed one in all my years. Wow, I want to see a steel scammer and run-through too. You quit being a spirit maybe and pick up guard duty. Not a bad idea. Anyways, it was 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station. Do we have anything that defies this? Alright. I was at the main gate from then until 5 o'clock. Alright. The memory is definitely not helping me any. Now the murder happened at 2:30, right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked by at 2. It was Powers. That man right there who was heading toward the studio. I'm gonna try objecting with this. Okay, I think I got it right. Let me get this straight, Old Dag, or Miss Old Dag. You've been saying that since yesterday you saw Mr. Powers, correct? Well, you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this, exactly? Leonard of the Steel Samurai, defender of Pio Old Tokyo. Miss Old Dag. Is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course! Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? You don't get ready to see that's Powers, right? No, they can't! Well, I mean, I wonder. Sure, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai, but that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. I know that. I wasn't born yesterday. No one in this court is accusing you of that, Mr. Witness. He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently. However, you do have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Powers, do you? No, it's the old man. Of course I have proof. What? Huh? Even Edgeworth was surprised? This game is like crazy when it comes to its comedy. Its humor. Prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known to all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know everybody would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyways, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good evidence. Good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look. Wow, all the bag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof, then. Alright, let's get started. Witness testimony, the man in the photo. I never say anything I don't mean, right? That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg, see? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? Alright. So he had a sprain, so he sprang his ankle. Yeah. Alright. Let's continue. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Yeah, like that innuendo is something we want to hear about an old bag. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run through the action scene, I saw Powers strip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. You broke a prop? Sure did. Its own samurai spear. It's samurai spear. A murder weapon? Luckily I was there with duct tape to fix it. This strikes me as a significant detail. I better write this down in the court record. Apparently he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Alright. Let's check the photo again. Alright. I don't know if I can see this yet. Let's press this. Are you absolutely sure? Let's take a look at that picture. He here doesn't look like he's... so he was walking strangely because he was injured? It does look like he was dragging his foot. See, and you didn't trust me, whippersnapper. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? Okay, let's press on this. Who was present at the run-through? Well, let's see. It was Powers. He used to steal samurai. And poor old Hammer, the evil magistrate. And me. What exactly were you doing? Observing. Just observing. What about the assistant? Oh, she was off moving back props around and such. So she didn't see the run-through then. Alright. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there is one thing that bothers me. Which is? Where is the Steel Samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking though. Yeah, that's odd. Anyways, that's not important. The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes? And it's clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. Are you sure, Your Honor? Let's object. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not talking to the camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Oh no, he's got that glint in his eye. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? No need to ask twice. Alright, witness testimony, witness's account, continue. The time before Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. True. The only person I saw go to the studio before that was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have been to the Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Alright. Let's see, this is basically... There we go, I think that works. Hold on! Look at this photograph one more time. The photo was taken by the camera at the gate of the studios, right? Yes, sirree, Sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture. And here I thought you didn't know you had from a hole in the ground. Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data. Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo, I printed the words October 13th, 2 p.m., photo number 2. Even I know what that means. It was taken at 2 a.m. on October 15th. Really, son? Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2. Photo number 2? The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it was really the only photo? Hey, at least my memory is serving me well so far. Order. Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not one, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access, the security lady herself. Oh. You'll watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Well, yes, that's what it would seem to me. Can the witness explain this to the court? Damn, I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help. Believe me, I want to, but I have not know what this means either. Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper. Something the matter, Miss Oldbag? Ah, that's right! I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate? Someone other than the Steel Samurai? Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. Sigh, I see. Your testimony, please. Alright, for a testimony? The other person. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. Throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. But Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this. Alright. Well, of course, Sonny, I've only just remembered it. Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination. Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. The other person. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go for the photos recorded on the computer and check them. For all any photos that aren't suspicious, you see. Come to think of it, now I'm throwing out one photo that day. Let's press her on that. Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased? Fanboy. Fanboy? Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always thinking about what was there that day. Well, wait a second, didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one can get in. Those were your words. Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes to the employee area. Greg has been loose for a while. The leads outside, well, that's where they come in. They come in through the drain? Told you there were freaks. Oh, and they're kids. Children. Whippersnappers. Kids? So in the photo that you erased, it was a boy, probably second or third grade. What? Order! Order! Let me get this straight. You saw two people pass on the gate on the way to the studio set day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about second or third grade. Oh yes, well we see this type here every day. Can't stop him. Can't catch him. Boy in second or third grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy. Right, as I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there, that makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. This part will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. Alright. What now? October 18th, 11:08 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Mr. Powers? Yes? Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping. Honest. So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo? How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really. What? You should take better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me? Doesn't look good. Sniff. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick! But what are we going to do? First, we play for more time. We'll start by targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right. And I'll take them someone to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right. If we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go. Sigh. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Sniff. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on the matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio is a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence. But there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant of Mr. Powers. Very well, Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. I'm gonna save scum just in case this is something serious. I'm being kind of like a coward by doing this, but hey, I don't want to go through all this again just because I picked the wrong character. Order, interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, beware this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right, great. As if the stakes weren't high enough. The assistant girl? Sure, let's start with the grade school boy. It was grade school boy. This is wrong, isn't it? Why isn't everyone saying anything? Bah! Are you seriously suggesting that boy did it, Mr. Wright? Grade school boy kills veteran action star with spear. I can't believe I'm actually laughing. I'm supposed to be on board with for one thing, the murder weapon was with the steel samurai. Alright. That's how I would have obtained it from him. Maybe that was a dumb move on my part. Maybe. How about absolutely Nick? Mr. Wright, I'm afraid I'll have to penalize you as I want. Ouch. First penalty of the entire playthrough. And it's because I did something that's stupid. The trouble I've seen. This fight is probably the assistant. The security lady. It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag. Who? Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag. What? Whippersnapper. Order. Is this true, Oldbag? Oldbag? That's Miss Oldbag to you. Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself, in other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume, then slips into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. But why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take the picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the figure at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right there. Sherlock Holmes too, baby. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Isn't it usually bumping from injecting some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. What? What's with that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it, is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something. It's my move, everything else I can't take this whole quest further. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions that day. But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer? You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed. That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy! One whose photo I erased. He's only a grade schooler though, as I said. Second or third grade, was it? That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could hit my old man in 10 seconds tops. The thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not the killer. What? How can you be so sure? Or is it because it'd be nice to the kids to meet you Elder's Day, whippersnapper? I have proof. Proof? Indeed, then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder? The photo itself. Your Honor, the murder weapon was a samurai spear. That very spear is shown here in the photo. How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible. Yes, just forget how we accused the boy earlier, please. Well, what could the witness care to comment on this? The Windbag, speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. Court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Wendy. What was her name? Something Old Bag, Your Honor. And then the prosecution will look further into this Old Bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned. Well, wait a second. I'm not just waiting to hear while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Nay, I'm talking. Oh great, stop the presses. The Windbag wants to talk. Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you all been something from your testimony? Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Not to talk about? By whom? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk? Well, we'll testify. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. If you're going to accuse me I'm gonna get away scot-free. Yeah, I wonder if you'll even have a job by the end of this. This is crucial information. Why did you keep this on the court until now? Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, but I always do what I'm told. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the Old Bag. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Alright. My lips were sealed. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people in the studios on the day of the murder. Let's press her on this one. Who were these people? Well, the director and the producer for starters. The director? You should not have known something was fishy. Not today I've done a run-through of their attributes by the director. Of course. Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it. So what were these people? Where were these people? The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime, and they had a meeting after that. Where? Oh, in Studio 2 trailer. Studio 2? There was a Studio 2? Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. Go through the gate, all the way to the left. Path where the monkey's head was falling over. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I already asked all my questions, but let's continue. Okay, let's press this statement. Soldex, this is a trial for murder. I know that, silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side. So you got your bonus and you still talked? I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask. I guess we'll take a break. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and there are some bigwigs were all present. Yet as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I held that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldback, and more information about these other people we have just been told of. Yeah, Edgeworth is not happy. Look at him. I understand, Your Honor. This ends today's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. The court is adjourned. Alright, I guess that's the end of the trial. Okay. District Defendant Lobby Room 3. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me. Oh, really? It's nothing. Grin. Oh, or should I say... Well, we're going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So, Nick, have you figured out just who it was in that steel samurai costume? Could it really have been Oldback? What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really. Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, no, look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take pressure off Mr. Powers. Poor old Windbag. I feel kind of sorry for her. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Alright, we'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks. Thanks, guys. To be continued. I think I'm gonna call it quits here for today on this episode. This has been Tommy Lovett, and thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.